What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody,
Hey,
man?
hey.
This is another episode of the Intro Outro podcast. I say another episode, but no episode has been dropped yet. But they are coming, trust me, and I will let you know when the release date is. But today we have I'm gonna say a special guest. I'm gonna say a special guest. You know, the reason why I'm gonna say a special guest is I know this young lady. I I grew up with this young lady. You know, this young lady has, oh my gosh. So, when you grow up with somebody and hadn't seen them for a long time, right? Your image of that person is from back then. You know, like I know her as 17,
A
18.
little longer.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Tell
You
people your
know,
age.
listen, I love getting older now. Don't get me wrong. I love getting older. I love getting older, man. But when you start thinking about, man, this is almost 20 years ago,
Mhm.
then those dates start to catch up with you,
Mhm.
man. They do. So, but you know, we got sidetracked. Let me introduce you. Let me introduce you to this young lady. Like I said, she's from Charleston. We grew up together. Went to high school together. Um, and just to see the maturation from all the things that I've read, the people I've talked to, the things I've seen you do, is just very special. And I want to introduce everybody to Simone Simmons. I wish I need some background noise. Yay! I need the claps. So, but man, first of all, thank you for jumping on here, man. Thank you.
No, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It's bringing exposure, and I'm glad to do it.
Yes, yes, man. So I spoke to Dorian a couple of weeks ago. Let's say a couple of weeks ago, and I'm trying to get Dorian on here. Just schedules. People are busy.
Mhm.
We grown. We adulting. So
Right.
we just hadn't gotten together. But there's one thing that I do know is if I ask Dorian for something, I'm gonna get
So
it.
she can
If
deliver.
she say
Yeah.
yeah, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get it. So
Yeah.
we'll the dates. I don't care. But because I know she is going to come through. So
For sure.
yeah. So Simone, please tell me a little bit about your background and
Okay.
from let's say from high school until graduation day college. Tell me
Okay.
a little bit about that.
All right. So, after we graduated high school, I went straight into a 4-year college at Columbia College.
Yeah, that's
Liberal
all
arts
girls school,
school,
right?
all girls school.
All
Yep.
right.
Safest place for my mom to put me. Um, and I started, doing okay, but I couldn't get my niche until
Mm-hmm.
I picked up my studio arts degree. It's always been a passion, but I never thought that it would um, provide financial freedom.
Yeah.
So I struggled through those 4 years. But after those 4 years, graduated, went straight into my master's program, and I said,
Mm.
let me do therapy because I love to talk to people. I'm a good secret keeper, helping people process things.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said, why don't you do art therapy? Why don't you marry the two together?
Okay, I
So,
get you.
I never thought that that was a possibility until somebody mentioned it. So that's why I'm so excited about the podcast because some people don't think about things until somebody
Exactly.
mentions it, right?
So
Um,
that's all my podcast. That's all my life has been about. Really just talking to people, getting information,
mhm,
and I have a path, but all the information you can get will help you determine the decision, or if you need to veer off that path a little bit. But
mhm.
so
Insight.
this is about information. I want to give information to everybody who's listening, man. So they can pick up little gems if they need to, and that might help them make a decision on where they need to go in life,
Mhm.
man. So well, I mean to cut you off. So would you finish?
No, you're good. You're good. Um, but that's how the two married together. A lot of people always say, "Well, how did you get into it?" Well, studio art was my first degree. Marriage and family was my second, and for the last, I'd say, 10 years, I did therapy.
Mm,
The pandemic hit, and you know how that had
Oh my
an
gosh.
effect on everybody.
Everybody. I don't care
Um,
what you were doing. Everybody.
hmm hmm And being home with three kids, a brand new baby,
Mm,
I just had the opportunity, I'll say it that way, to shift course,
mm.
uh,
So
be
were
home more.
I'm sorry. Were those your like your decisions on going into entrepreneurship, the pandemic, things at work, new kid? Were those the some of the decisions that made you want to like go into entrepreneurship?
Um, Not by choice.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think for a lot of entrepreneurs, if they were working in the event industry during the pandemic, I mean, a lot of people suffered.
yes.
You couldn't have the big parties, you couldn't put on the big shindigs.
Hmm.
So, for me, it was a little different because people then wanted to have the intimate,
Yeah,
private parties. I still was able to provide. I could drop my backdrops off, get out of there, stay safe, wore my mask, and I was still bringing in revenue,
mm,
you
mm,
know. So not being in the clinical profession during the pandemic, during the totality of the start of the pandemic, allowed me to do the entrepreneurship and really delve into that. I also got to stay home with my babies
oh
for
man,
the
that's
first time,
for the
you
first
know,
time. Baby
first
number
time.
three for the first
Yeah,
time.
baby number three. Yep.
Ooh,
Yep.
ooh.
I was one of those people that, you got your couple of weeks of maternity leave and you needed to get back
You
to
got to get
work.
back to work. Got to get back
Yeah.
to work. That
So
and that's a tough decision. That's a tough
oh
feeling.
yeah.
One,
Oh yeah.
wanting to be home with the kids and not able to be home because I have this thing that provides for this lifestyle
Hmm.
that we live. So I
Hmm.
have to go back. Like I don't want to, but I have to.
Right.
So
Right.
that's got to be a great feeling to be able to stay home with the babies and really just be mommy.
It was a balancing act. It's a shift. You think you want to be home,
Yes.
but all my mommies that stay home know what it feels like
Yeah.
to, be a doctor and a nurse and cleaning up and feeding kids three, four, five times a day, and
Not
it
getting any sleep while you're
not
doing
getting
it.
rest. It's a shift. It's a shift. So for a little while, I was like, and 9 to 5, boy, you can go back to that.
Let me just go in 3 days a week instead of
Yeah,
five. Let me,
yeah.
yeah,
So
I need to be around people.
entrepreneurship, is work.
Oh yes,
It's work.
it is
Yeah.
work. I don't think people understand that. It is work. So would you
Hmm.
say? And I'm gonna ask you to talk about your business after this question, but would you say your life, your work life balance was better at your 9 to 5 as opposed to being a full time entrepreneur?
Uh, that's a little tough
Yeah,
because
yeah,
somehow, while I still worked a 9 to 5, came home, did work, I still kept a clean house. I still made sure everybody ate, dinner
hmm,
every afternoon. Everybody got homework done. We still ran around and did practices for two kids before we had the third. It still got done.
yeah, yeah,
It's just a shift. When I didn't have the 9 to 5, I still had to put in hours and work to do these.
yeah, yeah,
I still had to make sure that other things were pushing and moving, making sure
yeah.
finances were coming into the house. So it's a shift.
It's a shift.
Yeah,
It definitely is a shift. And
yeah.
I guess I wouldn't take one over the other. I guess I would take one over the other. I guess I would be an entrepreneur, having the ability to work my life schedule around my
Mhm.
business schedule,
Mhm.
and sometimes the business schedule has to come first,
Mhm.
especially in your industry, you have other timeline obligations that you have to
Right.
meet because you don't set the times people are wanting to
Right.
get married, you
Right.
don't set the date or anything. So you
Right.
have to be, flexible enough to be able
Mhm.
to agree to setting these your business up for these
Yep.
events.
For
So
success,
for success, exactly.
yeah. So it's a balance.
It is a
It
balance.
is
It
definitely
is
a
a
balance.
balance. And before we go any further, I gotta tell you, when I'm doing the research and I don't be stalking people. I just
Oh,
you
you
know,
silly.
yeah. I want to do some research because I really want to, try to big up your life, your business, because that's all I want to do is just
Yeah,
make sure we show love to your business and stuff like that.
appreciate
But
it.
so doing the research, I was kind of looking at your designs and you did I want to say you did two different um, what is it, Charleston Charm and South Carolina Voyager. So you did two
Yep,
different interviews for them.
yep.
So you've been getting your exposure and everything like that. So I really want to commend you for that.
Thank
So
you.
you've been
I
doing a great
appreciate it.
job.
I
You
appreciate it.
please tell them about before I start telling everybody about the beautiful things that I see and look at your background. Please tell everybody about your business.
All right. So, I'm the owner, the artist for Charleston Charm Paper Flowers. And as you see behind me, I create custom, handmade, hand cut,
Beautiful.
uh, extra large flowers as backdrops. Most recently, we started doing boutonnieres, table setting decor,
Mm,
and my most absolute favorite, home decor. So, like for baby nurseries and office spaces, I'm starting to get into that. So, it's just a nice way to have pictures for any event that you can think of. Sometimes you have those plain backdrops, but you have a really nice outfit on and you want to show it to everybody else, but it just looks plain.
just looks
You know,
yeah.
this allows it to have a little pop to it.
Mm,
And really want to share it with other people. A lot of people use it for their background for like Facebook, Instagram, their main page. It's nice. It's
it's
nice to
very
see.
it's
Yeah.
so beautiful. It's
Thank
so
you.
beautiful. And you do those by hand?
Oh yeah. All of it is hand cut.
Oh
But it
my
takes time.
gosh. Listen, so okay, for a design like you have in your background right now,
Mhm.
which is gorgeous,
Thank you.
uh, but I can tell the amount of time and detail that went into it. How
Mhm.
long or how far in advance should I contact you and say, hey, I love that thing you have back there? How far in advance do I need to contact you in order to get something like that?
So I'll take an example for like a wedding. You
Mm-hmm.
want to give me at least 3 months
Oh, okay.
because it's a bigger backdrop that you
Yeah,
will
yeah.
probably need. For like a baby shower or a bridal shower, usually people give me about a month in advance, 1 to 2 months in advance. Um, it's very unlikely that I would be able to do like a 24-hour turnaround
Yeah, yeah.
because I customize the color that you want. If there's a theme that you're going for, I try to customize that too. So
And
I
those
ask,
days, that time is not unrealistic. Like if you're doing a wedding, you should know 3 months in
right,
advance what you want.
right,
If you're
right.
doing a baby shower, you should know. Like if you have to do something 24 hours, I don't want to go into business with that person. I'm gonna say no. I can't not like that is unrealistic.
Now, at the start of the business, I was just hungry
Yeah,
for
yeah, that's
business,
different. That's
you
different.
know?
Yeah.
And I think one weekend I did like 4 events. One of them was a 48-hour turnaround
In one weekend.
in one weekend. I think we might have left the house at 7 that morning and got back at like 11 that night.
Oh my gosh. But see,
Yeah.
that's the hunger and desire you had at the
Yeah.
start of your business because
Point made.
you got to get your name out there. You
Hmm.
got to show people that you going to deliver. Like
Hmm.
these are the intangibles that you need when you're first starting a business so you
Yeah.
can, until you get into your groove. And once I
Right.
start getting into my groove, now, no, I don't need, no. No. Yes, I will take you. So yeah, so that's good, man. I'm glad
Thank
you're at
you.
the point that you can. I'm not going to say turn away people, but you know what you have to do in order to get these beautiful custom pieces out
Right.
to
I can
to the
request
people.
some time. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm the boss. I can request some time. That's what I'm talking about. So tell me, what's the typical day to day? let's say you have a wedding to do. What is your typical day look like? Like, what time do you start? Like, what are you doing throughout the day? And do you have anybody helping you out?
Sorry. So a typical day, I would say starts at 6.
Hmm. Don't worry. Listen. I love kids. I love this is for kids. I want them to understand that. Hey, we got as entrepreneurs, we have 110 things to do and to go on throughout the day. So if you hear my baby's in the background, so you probably hear my baby crying. But we juggle. That's all we do is juggle.
Yes, it is.
So don't feel bad at all. Like that's normal life. Do
I need you
not
to
feel
make sure
bad.
everybody understands this is a
Listen,
teacher work day. Everybody is home. Daddy's at work.
listen, hey, and I'm fine with that. And you know what? What the great thing is, once you look back on this, and 2, 3 years, you're gonna laugh, and it's also a teachable moment when you talk to your kids. Like, hey, man, you see, you ain't give me no time. Listen,
That part.
I just needed 10 minutes. But yeah, no, so don't feel bad at all, please.
Um, all right. So typical day starts at about 6 in the morning. Getting 3 kids ready, me and my husband getting ready. And though I'm not punching in a clock at 9, or 8:30 in the morning, I'm still preparing the business.
Yeah, yeah.
Do a lot of volunteer stuff at my kids' school. And I also provide volunteer stuff for the flowers too, you know?
Oh, for you said Columbia College?
No, for the flowers.
Oh,
So
for the
sometimes
flowers.
I'll
I thought you
do,
said
right,
college.
I'll do volunteer stuff at my kids' school.
Mm.
Um, After school, I know you know how this goes. It's homework.
Yep.
We've got a gymnast, a football, basketball,
Yep.
soon to be soccer. Um, so once practice is done, you still got to cook dinner.
Yes.
You still got to get everybody washed and down for bed.
Yes.
But we don't end our day with the kids until about 8:30.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And then I'm still doing business stuff after.
after.
Hmm.
I think there's probably I have a 2 month old, so there's probably been a couple times like 1 o'clock in the morning. I probably shot you an email because if the baby's up, I'm up. Might as well check my email. Might as well shoot off some emails. So listen, I understand your life does not, your business life does not stop at a specific time. Like this is not corporate America. Like
Right,
we don't jump in
right.
our cars at 5 o'clock and say I'll see you tomorrow. No, I have other obligations, and then when I have time after my other obligations, I still got other stuff to do. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So starting the business, you've been in the business what, about 3 years?
We started in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
2018, the end of 2018, doing a backdrop for Dorian, actually,
Yeah.
for her bridal shower.
Shout out
And I had
Dorian.
no clue what I was doing. None. I mean, her sister sent me a picture and just said, "Hey, I know you can do this." Because everybody knows, I love just doing creative things.
Mm.
So I did some research, and it's totally a huge origami thing. And I pushed the envelope, and from that one event, I booked several events from that.
What?
And that's where it took off. That's where it took off.
So
So
what?
2019 was very good to us.
It was very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's 2019 when you did the interviews for what was it? South Carolina Voyager and
No,
no
actually, so 29 was a big year. I think we probably did like 60 events. I didn't even post all of them.
60.
Yeah. Yeah. So we left 2019, 2020, the pandemic hit. I think we ended up doing about 15 events, which isn't bad
Mm-hmm.
during the pandemic year, right? When it
Yeah.
first hit.
Because did nobody know what nobody was doing anything really.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, I'm masked down
Yeah.
just to go and drop off and get out as quick as I can.
Yeah.
So, I would be there before the guests would arrive just to set up.
Mm. Which is great because at the start of the pandemic, I was like, I don't want to be around nobody. I don't want to touch nothing. So yeah,
It was scary.
it was
It was
very
scary,
scary. It was very scary. And how'd you
So
come up with the
then,
name? Oh no, keep going. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
oh
to cut you
no, Voyager happened this year.
off.
Yeah, so 2020 slow, 2021 we started to pick back up. 2022 we busting it.
Ah,
It's going.
mm. And you're not doing these by yourself, are you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What?
All my hands.
What? Oh
Yeah.
my
I think
gosh.
I've had my husband cut out like maybe a few of these.
Yeah, yeah.
Um but
Shout out to
yeah,
the husband too.
right, right. My mom and my aunt have helped maybe once or twice, like to help put them up.
Mm.
But I'd say about 98% of the time it's all hand cut by me.
Oh my gosh. So, so two things. If anybody who is hearing this, please, and you want to volunteer some free time, please contact Simone Simmons for free. By the way, we're doing free work here. And two, man, that's a lot of
It's a lot of work.
you. But that just goes to show, when you're starting a business, like you're doing a lot of the legwork yourself. You're putting the
Yeah.
LLC
Oh
together.
yeah.
You're out there. You're doing the products. You're marketing yourself. You're selling these yourself. Like, oh my gosh, and you taking care of three kids and a
Yeah.
husband. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
man. So I shout out to you. Please shout out to you because
Thank you.
I feel your pain, and I don't. I'm not even juggling as many things as you are, but I definitely I feel that. But that's just when the time comes, when you get to that next plateau in your business, you will be able to hire. You will be able to get trust other
Yes.
people to be able to mimic what you're doing and take direction from you. You know,
Right.
that's
Right.
that's probably
That's the hard part.
that's
Yeah.
that's the hard part. You know, trusting this is your baby. So trusting somebody else to be able to create the things that you want them to create and listen to your direction. Once you find that one person, you're going to be good. But that one person might not come till the 10th person you hired. So
Right.
yeah.
And like I said, I've tried the husband out, tried the auntie out, tried the mom out. Everybody moves at a different pace.
Everybody.
Everybody steps it a little different. You know,
But we still gonna shout out husband. We gonna shout out aunties. We gonna shout out the kids for helping you put them in the car. We gonna shout out everybody, man. But it will come. It will come, and it will come right on time. It might not be when you want it, but it will come. I promise you, it'll come right on time. Mm. So where'd you come up with the name? How'd you create this name, Charleston Charm Paper Flowers? I love that name.
thank you. Overall, my husband actually created the name.
Shout out to the husband again. That's
I
what I'm talking
mean,
about.
listen, partner.
Partner.
So we were sitting down, we were writing down a lot of different words, how we wanted things to look.
Mhm.
And we played around with probably 6 different names. Hubs, big shout out to him.
Always shout out the hubs.
He brought it all together. I think we probably played around with like 6 or so different ways to do Charleston,
Hmm.
to add charm to it, to add paper, and to add flowers. But it was, I think it was like 6 different ways that we had it moved all over the place. And, I'm a visual person. So I had to draw it out and play with it in different fonts. It was an absolute mess
Yeah.
for like a week.
Ooh.
And then finally, he put some of the words together and was like, I think this is it. And we looked it up because you don't want to
Have the
infringe
same
on anybody else,
exactly.
right? That might have the same name.
Yeah.
Nobody else. It was perfect. It was perfect.
So you didn't run into any issues because I know when I was picking one of my names for my LLC when I was going through the process,
Mhm.
it denied me one time, and I was like, no, somebody else
Yeah.
has this. So y'all didn't even go through that issue.
So when we first, of course, you did your Google search,
Hmm.
and then you go to your local state and find out whether or not there's anybody who has the same LLC as you have or the corporation that you have, because you got to clear that. You have to
Have to.
have, you know, you got to pay your taxes. So it
Yep.
has to be under somebody's name,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And once we found out that nobody had it, oh, it was golden from there. Next was getting the website and making sure nobody had that.
Yep.
And
Yep.
we found that that was clear to go. I mean, it just all fell into place.
Fell
It
into
was
place.
good to have. That's a big thing that I suggest, when people are first starting out, brand yourself, find your
Yes.
name, you
Yes.
know.
And I think people take that for granted. I,
Hmm.
I don't know if they take it for granted, but I think a lot of people, before they even start business, they'll say, oh, I want my business to be named this. And
Right.
they automatically go to like social media and put it in. And if social media says that name is available, they think they're good. Then they're
Right.
not. They still have like 2, 3 other steps to go through.
Hmm.
Like I don't
Hmm.
think they understand once you go to the Secretary of State like website, and you still have to put that in and see if it's
Yep.
available.
Yep.
If you
And
want
some people have names that they never clear
to,
out.
yes, yeah,
There may be businesses that aren't even
in existence,
in existence any longer,
yes,
but simply because that name was on this earth
yep,
and somebody paid the taxes for it,
yep.
it's theirs.
You know what? A lot of people are. I'm gonna call them smart, right? Because digital real estate is real. So
Hmm.
what a lot of people think is, all right, I have this name, I have this domain, and if anybody wants it, they're gonna have to pay me for it.
Hmm.
So a lot of people will keep them, like
Oh
people will
yeah.
keep them, and
Oh
if you
yeah.
want that name that bad, you'll pay for it.
You pay for it.
So
Like Charleston Charm by itself was taken.
yeah, yeah,
Just adding something else to make it yours.
hmm,
Make sure you do that. I
yeah,
highly recommend that.
have to, have
Hmm.
to. So you branded on pretty much every social platform.
Oh yes.
Yes,
You
yes.
can go on Google and find us, which is amazing. We were just able to do that this year and got
Mm,
approved.
good.
Instagram, Facebook. I haven't delved much into the Twitter,
Hmm.
um, or TikTok.
Yeah.
This is
I,
coming, I think.
I'm not dancing on TikTok, so I don't think I'm. I don't think I'm gonna be with the TikTok fan base. And then, no, don't get me wrong. Maybe I'll get there, but what I do know is I can't juggle a lot. So if I'm going to try to master one,
Something.
it's going to be IG first, uh,
Gotcha.
YouTube, and
Hmm.
then we'll start reaching out on some of the other
Other
platforms.
platforms,
But
right?
it's me. I can't do all of
And
them.
you have to update. You have to keep
Yes,
current. You have
yes,
to keep posting things.
yes,
And
yes.
I'll tell you, that's one of my weakest things is to constantly post
Hmm.
content, you know?
So instead of hiring somebody to kind of do the paper flowers, that might be one of your first hires.
Expenses.
Yes,
Yeah.
get somebody on that social media, so you can
Hmm.
focus your time in directions that are needed.
Right.
So yeah, let somebody with them who like them fingers to
Right.
go on that phone. Hire them. Hire somebody young too.
Very
Cause
true.
hire somebody young in your family too. That's cheaper.
Oh, right.
It's cheaper.
Right.
Yeah.
Bring them on in. Come on in. Because now.
Yeah. So, well, that's man. I don't think I don't think people understand, man. Like the power of branding is
Hmm.
so
It's important.
it's so important. Like,
Yeah.
how you gonna get your name out there? Like,
Right.
what are you gonna
And
do?
what I'm learning is you got to know your audience.
Hmm.
You're
Hmm.
not going to be for everybody.
Nope. And that's
Um,
okay.
and that's okay. That was a hard lesson for me to learn,
Yeah.
especially if I got like a no.
Yep.
I just felt like, "Oh, what am I not providing that you need? Just let me know." But
That's the
I'm not for
therapeutic mind.
everybody.
Exactly. That's the
Hmm.
therapeutic mind.
Hmm.
No.
You heard that part,
Yeah.
right? Oh my
I
God.
heard that. See, no, you over there trying
It's
to
in my
analyze.
heart,
Yeah.
man. It never goes away.
No. Okay. Well, you know where to find me. I'll be
Right,
on there.
right,
Just it just ain't the time for you to be with me.
right, right,
You'll come around maybe one day or refer me to somebody. But hey,
right,
okay.
right.
But yeah, but nothing can teach you that. You have to go through that to
Mhm.
understand. Like I don't think you might be able to read it through a book, but until you get the feeling of rejection,
Mhm.
this is
Mhm.
a feeling. You can hear the words say
Different.
no, but once you feel like you don't want me, like
It's different.
that's different. So
Or get ghosted by
yeah,
somebody,
oh
which
lordy,
y'all, it happens.
it happens.
You know,
It,
some people are like, they never contacted me back. I reached out twice.
twice,
Are you still interested? But
yeah.
again, this isn't for
It's
everybody.
not for everybody. It's not
Yeah.
for everybody. Listen, has that been the biggest lesson you've learned throughout your journey?
No. My biggest lesson is writing contracts.
Writing contracts between you and the
Me
person.
and
Okay.
client.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Why?
that's been
Why you say that?
well, I'm a trusting person at heart.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know if you just remember just from
Yeah.
high school, I'm pretty gullible, in a
Not
lot of
gullible.
instances.
Not
No,
gullible.
like seriously, you ask a lot of my friends, I just be like, "Oh, everybody's cool. Everybody's nice. Everybody is approachable.
Yeah.
I can talk to anybody about anything."
Yeah.
Um, I can trust somebody to say, "Hey, I have an event coming up on Saturday. This is what I want. This is what I need. I'll pay you when I see you."
Hmm.
And the day of, I'm like, "Hey, um, forgot to get that address from you. Where is it at?" And then I get "I'm so sorry. We don't have it in the budget anymore." But
Yeah.
that's on me. I didn't get the contract. I didn't secure those things. I
Yeah.
learned that early. Thank goodness, early
Thank you,
on.
God. I learned that early.
Um, because again, this is a lot of work.
Hmm.
I'm not putting this all together in a few hours. This is weeks worth of
Yeah.
work when somebody asks for a custom color, a custom design.
Hmm.
So I learned, hey, shoot me your email once you confirm the contract, pay your deposit, and we're good to go.
I love that word deposit. That's probably the like I might not get a signature on a contract, but if I get that deposit, that's we because
Very true,
that
right?
deposit is going to cover my cost. I don't care what I have. The deposit will cover my cost. Now
Hmm.
it might not be the full amount, but the
Right.
deposit is going to cover my cost just in case
Um,
I don't get like the rest of my money for some
right.
odd reason. At least covered the cost of what I have. So,
And I think that might be my second biggest lesson
yeah,
is getting deposits,
yeah,
because people can cancel on you at any time when you don't have those things
hmm,
in place,
exactly.
right? Um, a lot of people also know me for doing money cakes.
Now, what's
And
a
for
money
those,
cake?
so just rolled up US currency and it looks like a cake.
Oh, for real?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen those pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't even talk about that. That's just something that came about after the pandemic happened and people wanted to give gifts for
Hmm.
graduation, even though they couldn't personally go to a graduation.
Hmm.
It just showed a lot more, meant a lot more to
Yeah.
see this big old cake,
Yeah.
of money.
Ooh,
Um,
that makes me
Even though
happy.
I wasn't right, not coins, just US currency. You so silly. It was another lesson learned, got
Hmm.
to get deposits,
Gotta get deposits.
got to
Gotta
get
get
deposits,
deposits,
got to
man.
get your contract.
Gotta get your contracts.
Mhm.
Mm. So, from the day you started
Mhm.
until, let's say, until now, what like how do you set your goals? Like what are some of the goals you've set for you and your business, and do you think you're on track to meeting or exceeding those goals?
The beginning of the year, I always try to set how many I would like to complete, how many actual contracts have been signed
Hmm.
and completed. I set hefty goals and I don't beat myself up if I don't reach it.
That's a good lesson.
because even though you set a goal, if you're working towards it, you're still working towards it. It'll happen.
Yeah,
It may not happen in the time frame that you want,
exactly.
which is a lesson, right? I think sometimes we set a goal. If it doesn't happen at that time frame, we give it up.
That's what people need to understand. Like, you know, what's the old quote? Shoot for the stars or shoot for the moon and you hit the stars or something like that. Like you have
Yes.
to set you have to set a goal that's not a
Yeah.
footstep goal. Like you have to
Right.
be able to jump at this goal. Like
Yeah.
that jump will motivate you to
Mhm.
do stuff.
To
Like
keep moving.
to keep moving.
Keep
Like
moving.
every day. Like
I
you have to
mean,
do something.
you have to. I give a lot of credit to my husband because he sees the pain that I've gone through behind the business.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he just, matter of fact, said that same quote just about a week ago when I was hitting the roadblock. And he
Mm.
was like, "What's the worst that could happen? You're among the stars. You shooting for the moon.
What? Oh,
You're among the stars. Like, what's in your way?
what's in your way? You already up there. You
You
got some
moving.
ways to go, but you already up there,
You're
which is
moving.
probably
Yeah.
higher than a lot of other people. I know higher than a lot of other people.
I don't know about that now. I mean,
A lot of people don't want to start though. A lot of
okay,
people
you
don't
got a
want to
point.
hit the gas to start.
You got a
Like
point.
you've started, you've in the business, you've learned some lessons.
Hmm.
I don't care what the money part is,
Right.
but all of that, that's the hard work. You know,
Yeah.
hitting the button, that's the hard work. You know,
Mhm.
you already at a higher level than a lot of other people, man, and I
Thank
commend you for
you.
that. I
I
commend you
appreciate
for
it.
that.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it. I received that. I received that. A
please
while
do.
ago, I probably shadow. I received that. Because it is work.
It is
It is
work.
work. And it's fulfilling work. Even we bring our kids along oftentimes. They're inside the car. The flower backdrops are above everybody's head. We're going down the road to drop it off,
Yep.
you know. And but we show them that mommy put in the work.
Yep.
Y'all can come help. I give y'all a couple of bucks
Yep.
because this is a family business. Um, we can go out to eat with that money, or we can do something else with that money because I'm paying you for helping mommy out.
Yep.
We're teaching them entrepreneurship
Yep.
and what it takes too. So it's a lot of lessons all the way around.
All the way around. But
Hmm.
fulfilling has to be
Oh
fulfilling.
yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Mm.
I think the biggest, most fulfilling part, we paid my son some money for helping out. He wanted a Lego set. We went to Walmart. This is the cost of the Lego set. He didn't understand taxes. Woo.
I still don't 100% understand taxes either, man.
You gotta help. We were like, you gotta help pay for roads and schools and buses. It's like, why do I have to pay for that? It's like it was a lesson learned. It's a lesson learned.
Oh man.
Could you imagine, so many people trying to run a business and they don't even understand that you have to pay taxes
Oh
for
my
your
gosh.
business? It does not all come into your pocket.
No. But
Yeah, it's lessons. I'm
there's
learning.
lessons. There's lessons. There's lessons.
Yeah.
There's rules to these things, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man. So where do you see you and your business? Let's say in the next year or two. Let's say in the next year or two. What goals and
Hmm.
where do you see yourself?
It's lofty,
Mm,
but it's
throw
a
it up
big
there.
goal.
Throw it up there.
I would like to apply for Shark Tank.
Yes.
I'm a big person. Like if you have a dream or a vision of something, like go for it.
Yes.
And that was, I mean, very vivid dreams that I had talking to the people on Shark Tank,
Mm,
about this business and making it grow.
yeah.
Um,
Yes.
Smaller goal would be to have an installation either at one of the airports, either the
Mhm.
private one or the main, or a main hotel downtown where more people can see the work.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait to come into. I ain't gonna name no names of the hotel. And when I get some money, because this is gonna be an expensive hotel, and drive in there, throw the keys to the valet, and walk through the door and see these paper
I know
flowers.
that.
Oh, I can't wait.
See?
Can't wait.
Those are the big and the small goals.
And
Still big goals, man.
but I don't see why not. I don't.
Right?
I don't see why not. Like when you set your goals, like you didn't even waver. Like
Yeah.
those are my goals. I'm
Yeah.
serious. Like
Yeah.
those are awesome. That's what
Thank
you
you.
have to do. Listen,
Yeah.
I don't think like I don't think small. I think everything that I usually think of is huge. And then when I go back, then I got to put the steps in
Right.
to
Right.
get to
Right.
the huge goal that I'm
Right.
thinking about. I don't think no other way. Like when I say something, it's like I believe it. I don't
Yeah.
care if it's something like I don't care what it
Lofty.
is.
Yeah.
Don't I believe it. Like
Good.
my job is not to make you believe what I want to do. I'll
Mhm.
get there. I'll put the work in. I'll start going, and you'll jump on the
Show
train
you.
eventually. You'll jump
Mhm.
on the train eventually. You might not be the first passenger with a ticket, but you'll jump on that train somewhere.
Eventually. Yeah.
Listen, and then it's up to me if I want to open the doors and let you in. So, so we've mentioned, I think everything you've done so far as promotions and getting the name out. What else do you want to tell people? Like how do people get in contact with you? Where can they find you on social? All of that information.
All right. So everything is under Charleston Charm Paper Flowers.
Hmm.
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook. You can go to our website.
And that's why I found you on the website. And from the website, I was able to go. I think I scrolled all the way down on the website, and I was able to read the insert that Charleston Style and Design and South Carolina Voyager did on you and
Yeah.
your business. So,
Yeah.
did we give you a
Yeah.
hand clap for
Uh,
we got to give you a hand clap for that, man. I don't like
Thank
those are
you.
two major publications.
I appreciate it. I
Yes,
appreciate it.
yes.
Great writers too. Like huge shout out to the writers for both magazines, digital platform and paper platform. Like
Hmm.
great writers. Yeah.
So, is there anything else you want to tell the listeners about you or your business, or is there anything like any jewels you can drop for them? You've dropped a bunch
Okay.
of them. You've dropped a
Ooh.
bunch of them, and if they were
Ah.
paying attention, they got a good 5 or 6. So, if
I
there's
appreciate it.
any motivational
Um,
something you can give them.
sure. If you're going to start your business, I would highly recommend start small,
Mm,
one thing at a time. I think a lot of people always say, it's a business is an elephant. And if you're going to eat that elephant, it's one bite at a
one
time.
bite at a time.
This is, I mean, yes, it's been several years for me, but I'm still learning in this process. Never stop learning, never stop researching about what it is that you want in your business.
Hmm.
Learn from other people, learn from their mistakes so that you're not making the same ones.
Yes, yes.
Um,
Those are good ones.
patient with and be patient with yourself.
Be patient.
Yeah,
Yes.
give yourself grace. Um, Make sure you get enough rest.
Hmm.
I think I've met a lot of entrepreneurs who they work so hard at the business
Hmm.
that their health failed
Yes.
because
Yes.
you're trying to do so much on your personal level and you're trying to grow your business and they're not taking care of themselves. So pay attention to your body,
Hmm.
pay attention to your health, and work hard.
Work hard. Work
Work
all the
hard.
time. Work hard and work all the
Yeah.
time, man.
You that's the balance.
Yeah.
Learning the balance that's best for you and your household.
Yes. 'Cause, people want to jump all the time to the final product, but I was
Right.
listening. I heard this quote, and what the guy said. The guy said, "The person who walks will get to their destination faster than the person who just wants to go to the destination." Something like that. I can't quote it 100%, but what he was saying was you got to enjoy the journey. You
Mm,
got to enjoy the journey. Once you fall in love with the journey, like the destination, you'll enjoy the destination a whole lot more. Like all the other stuff will come.
right,
Like you can't force it. You can't want to 10x first day. Like you
right.
got to go through it. You got to
Those
go
are
through the
anomalies,
lumps.
right?
Those are anomalies. Those are unicorns, and those do not happen that often. I
Yeah,
know they do not
yeah.
happen that often. So, but I want to tell you thank you. I want
Thank
to tell
you.
you thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, thank
Like
you.
I, I got with Dorian, and I told Dorian the story of what I wanted to create. I wanted to create a
Mhm.
podcast to to learn from. I love learning different. I love hearing different stories. That's how I learn, through stories and
Yeah,
through
man.
people telling me what they went through. So I love learning, but I also love educating. Like
Hmm.
I got three boys, and I want them to understand that you have to like have a hustle in this world, a side business, a hustle. You have to do something. I don't believe that going to college, getting a degree, you're going to make $100,000 day one. I don't believe that.
No.
And life will continue to happen. So you have to have something. And the way for me to show them, they'll learn from me, but they'll learn more from other people, because at a point they don't want to learn from daddy. At a point,
Right.
mama and daddy are stupid. So we don't know anything, So they will learn a lot from other people, and I want this to
Mhm.
be not just them, but for the people listening. I want them to be able to understand that there's different businesses out there. There are
Mhm.
different ways to get extra money. There's different ways so you don't have to work a traditional 9 to 5 in corporate
Right.
America. You can do other things, and that's
Yeah,
really the message that really want to promote. And
I like it.
they might not be Charleston Charm Paper Flowers. You might not. I think she cornered the market on that. So y'all better think of something else and just learn from some of the lessons and apply them to your business. But I think she got them paper flowers down
I
pat. So
appreciate
listen, I
it.
appreciate you jumping on the pod. I appreciate the just the level of information you shared with us. And I love people who go into business, but I really love people that I know who went into business and are doing an awesome job as like you're doing, man.
I
So I
appreciate
really
that.
want to hand clap you, and I got something that I want to read for you because
Okay.
um, going into business is difficult.
Hmm.
You question yourself a million times. You
Hmm.
worry about different things a million times. So having a great support system, which I've heard you say several times. Hubby has been there, auntie and uncle has been there, your kids have been there. Like you have a strong support system inside the house, but it's also great to have a great support system outside of your house.
Oh yeah.
So I want to read this to you, and then it's a message from Dorian. So she knew you were going to be on the pod. She shot me a message and says to Simone, I've always seen so much in Simone from the time of us being in grad school to college, or grade school, excuse me, grade school to college to our adulthood, and even more when starting our businesses. I remember telling Simone how I envisioned her owning her own art gallery that displayed various forms of art when we graduated from Columbia College. Now, here we are 17 years later, and things are unfolding in itself. I'm so proud of everything Simone is doing, has accomplished, and will accomplish. Thank you for trusting me, friend, and know that I'll always have your back, your best interests, be one of your biggest supporters and cheerleaders. Keep being comfortable being uncomfortable, and watch where the road leads you.
That's
And
a
that's
word.
from that. Listen, that's from Dorian, man. That's Ain't she a great friend? Ain't she a
An
great
amazing
friend?
friend.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yes, I'm not gonna cry on this thing because we can show people this way.
And I don't edit out much, but you already got one edit, so I can't edit two. So yeah, man.
It's I'm telling you, having people in your corner, man.
Listen,
It makes a world of
A
difference.
world of difference, man. To
World of difference.
be able to talk to somebody and say, hey, such and such and such and such,
Hmm.
and them, picking your head up when you want to put your
Yeah.
head down, and giving you
Yeah.
that hug, or those
Hmm.
words that you need to hear at that time, man. So
Oh,
I am proud of you. Oh
thank you. I'm
Lord,
proud of you, man.
thank
Like
you,
this
thank
this
you.
opportunity shares to everybody,
Yes,
and
yes,
people are learning from each other. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
yes. That's what we have to do.
It's
Like, we
supposed,
have to
and
do.
even though they're not doing exactly what I may be doing, they're learning some business stuff. Let's
Yes.
get it.
Let's get
Let's
it.
get it.
There's enough for everybody. There's
Right?
enough for
Right?
everybody. So
Okay.
please, let's get it, man. This. Listen, I'm happy. This interview, I think, was great. Again, please, please, please. I don't want to limit you to Charleston, but if you're in the Charleston area, in the, let's say in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, that area, because
Mhm.
we can get the stuff to you. But
Yes.
if you're in that area, for now, it'll be bigger later. But if you're in this area, if you love what you see behind Simone, that's not a digital backdrop. That's a real backdrop.
That's the real
That's a
backdrop.
real backdrop. If you love what you see
Yeah.
from Simone, please go to the website, follow her on social media, get in contact with her any way you can. Let's support her. Let's and don't buy multiple. Don't ask her for the smallest thing. Buy multiple things. The biggest thing you can afford. Buy. Okay. So we
Thank
want
you.
to, yes, we got to throw it out there, man. We want to support as much as we can. So
I appreciate that so much.
yes. So please, I want everybody go to Simone Simmons' page. I have it down here somewhere, and support. So and
Thank
thank you for
you.
being on here. So
I appreciate it.